So how do you keep your team motivated to not just do what you expect of them, but to go the extra mile? Let's have a look at some options of team motivation. So when we look at motivating a team in a practice setting, there's always been some challenges around that place. For myself, being in business 12 years, we've tried a lot of things and tried a lot of methods of making sure that the team is performing well, but also happy while doing it. So in this video, I want to look at some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that might help you in this space, keeping your team motivated. And the main thing is self-motivation, so that you don't have to stand behind them and push them forward the whole time. So the few points I want to make firstly is that you do not reward job description. Don't get into the habit of giving extra rewards around things that are expected of your team. It's important that they can do their job without needing extra rewards along the way, because that is really what you hired them for and what you pay them for. Then the second point is the fact that you do want to reward high quality extra effort. And you also want to reward the lack of mistakes. Now, I've tried every single form of reward along the way, and the thing that I have found to be the most effective is time. Monetary reward is nice on an occasional basis, but that puts a lot of strain on a business to actually maintain. So when you reward in time, it actually becomes a lot bigger driving motivation for a team member to be able to generate extra time that they can then use as they wish. So how this works is that when they perform a task outside of their normal function, or they perform a new function really well, you reward them with a set amount of minutes. So for instance, in my practice, we have a specialty practice, and with things like testimonials, there will be a time value added to a staff member who actually generates or gathers a testimonial from a patient. A written testimonial, for instance, will count to 10 minutes, whereas a video testimonial is an hour. And those times and values get written down on a board and added up for every month. So an employee or a staff member that then generates, say, 2 video testimonials will get 2 hours worth of time, and that is time off. They can use that 2 hours, and they will then actually apply for it at a specific time that suits the business. But they then get time off based on that extra performance factors that they have, they've met those targets that you set for them. Then the other option is actually rewarding them for the lack of mistakes, or penalizing them for the presence of mistakes. And again, this is done in time. So if they have specific tasks, like quoting, for instance, you have to quote a patient out. If there's mistakes in quoting, it can cost the company a lot of money. So I cannot deduct that money from their salary, because it's really kind of unfair, and it's hard to do that, So what you do is you penalize them in time. So for every mistake they make, there's a deduction in time, whether it's 10 minutes or half an hour. And between the added time they get for performance bonuses in terms of driving testimonials and things like that, and the deduction in time for mistakes they make, then at the end of the month, this is calculated, and they can then take time off, or they owe the company time depending on their performance. And then the third thing that is a very valuable tool is wellness days. Now, wellness days have become very popular in the corporate environment, and I feel that every person needs to have a wellness day. It's difficult to do it as a whole, and in my company, I do not have a wellness day where everyone goes off at the same time. But I do feel that staff members deserve to have some time for themselves, at least once every 2 months, where they can just recover and recuperate. With the stress that we are all under, giving your staff members and your team members time to just find themselves and making sure that they are emotionally in a good place is also good for the business. You cannot have people in a business functioning on 50% or at an emotional breakdown point. Give them the time to go and just recover, spend time with their family, or just not get up, just sleep in, also a good thing. But what we do is we separate it. Each person has their own day once every 2 months, just to have some time for themselves. And while the kids are at school, just to, be able to recover their own emotional state a little bit. Okay, so that is a quick one just on motivating team members. I hope that helps. Try and go and incorporate that into your business, and you'll see that it really does help to get your team members driven, being able to drive through the vision of the company. If they feel like they're working for something and they're working with you and not for you, that's very important. So go and try these 3 methods, see how it works for you. I'd love to hear from you. And remember, please subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up, and pop me a comment below this video. Let me know what you think and whether these methods are actually working for you. And then I'll see you guys in the next video.